thank you for, I don't know what to say, I will be humble after this introduction of Wahida and my colleague. I'll take this off already. I'm not used to, sometimes I wear tackies and other sports outfits, but it's business. So I think everything was said about the work we did with the cable car, about mentally fit. So just to clarify, mentally fit, our DNA, our bloods, our roots are in sports. So we love sports, we will talk about sports, but we don't make money doing sports coaching. So sports is my passion, but it's not my job. My job is to be a business coach and to work with what we call corporate athletes. So for this 45 minutes that is left, you're going to be my corporate athlete. So what do? We energize, like we say, individuals, teams, organizations, and we use sports metaphors to do that. So I'm not going to make you do push-ups, even though I would like to. But I'm just going to use the sports metaphors to inspire you. Thanks all for being there. Some of my clients are in there, some people that I don't know, some people that I know, even some friends are there. My wife is there, and my Claire, where's Claire? And Claire, my ex-colleague, Claire was intern with me for 4 months, and she's here on holidays, and she helped a lot also, so thank you. And they will be around afterwards for the cocktail. So let's just start. You saw some of these things, so it might look like a PowerPoint, but we don't use PowerPoints. I mean, I think we need to live with our times now, and so we will use the tablet that I will make of this. I will make a PowerPoint and a PDF that I will send you. So if you don't want to take notes, you will have all this. Do we have the email addresses of everybody, Leandro? And so we'll send you, by tomorrow you should have the notes in your mailbox. So if we start, we always start with the beginning. So I use my tablet when we work with, you know Alibaba? What's Alibaba? Online shop? Huh? Biggest business? They're in China. Do you know when we work with Alibaba in China, do you know how many people still have paper? No. Nobody. Here, I don't know who has a tablet, who has paper. Nobody has nothing, so we arrive with the hands in the pocket. Nobody. So again, I think we should live at GSB. How do GSB how do the teachers, the professors, do they use flip charts, PowerPoint? What do they use?
It's a multifaceted, multimedia approach.
I'm always like astonished when I go. I teach at INSEAD. You know INSEAD in Fontainebleau. I think it was rated last year best master, executive master in the world. So it's one of the biggest business schools. Professors still use chalk and blackboards. So I think we should live. So a lot of people here are leaders. So I work a lot with banks. I was with a bank in Angola and last week in Johannesburg, and they all want to be the most digital bank. But then I see the CEO, group CEO of this bank. I said, Mike, you still write with pen and paper, and you ask your people to be digital. So as leaders, maybe we should give the example. So, and if we start as leaders, we always start with our people. And that's the potential of our people. And if we look at the potential of our people, we see them on 4 axes. The first axis is what we call the IQ. So if we look at sports, I need smart rugby players. Smart rugby players means how good they can kick a penalty, pass the ball, and all these things. It's their technical capacities. In corporations, we would say the functional or the organizational capacities. What would be the second one? You saw them in the video. What would be the second one? We have IQ. After that, where do we go? EQ. We go to EQ. So EQ are my players' emotional and relational team capacities. And what's the last one? For the ones that don't know and that didn't see it in the video. So I need smart players, I need tough team players, and what would be this axis? So I have a brain, I have a heart, and around that, Social, you go a little too quick, we put it there, or we will put it on the fourth. So what do my players? Muscles. So it's the physical quotient. So they need, it's their physical capacities. So I need smart, tough team, and fit players. And in sports, we say you are as strong as your weakest axis. So if this is a tripod, and I put my players under pressure. They play, I coach the Ike Tigers, somebody from Stellenbosch here, got smashed by Stellenbosch 2 weeks ago. And so we put them under pressure. When they play the Martis, it will go down via my weakest axis. Here, my shortest axis is my thumb. So you are as strong as your weakest axis. So for corporations, in your corporations, which axis do you stretch? When you do trainings and learning, technical trainers, we stretch this axis. How much attention do we put in the EQ? We send to HR. Okay? Thank you, Wahida. There is one thing that you cannot delegate, is leadership and coaching. You cannot delegate. A lot of people, like Wahida, she said, Tasneem, please. Lead it. No, Wahida doesn't do it. But I see a lot of CEOs, leaders, you should coach your people, and you should lead your people. So in coaching and leading is on this axis. And how much do we take care of the physical axis? Do we have a book here, Leander? Yeah, did you all put a business card or something? Do we have a book, The Corporate Athlete? It's wrapped up. Can you open? Let's open it. Did you all give a business card or your email address to Leander? Because we're going to have a lot of lucky drawings. Who didn't give it? Leander, do we have everybody? Alex, did you give a card? If not, give a piece of paper. Maybe we'll have the ball getting around. So this axis, how much do you take care of this axis? Do you take care of the physical quotient of the people? How do they eat? How do they sleep? How do they exercise? They are as strong as their weakest axis. So this is individual energy. It's called the corporate athlete. It's a very selfish program. It's just about me. How can I behave better with my... That's nice. I had that at home when I was... How can I behave better with my energy? Do you take care of your people? Of the energy, their individual energy of the people? So let's get back to sports. Do you all remember? I should find another example. What happened with Zinedine Zidane? You remember Zinedine Zidane? What did he do? Zinedine Zidane. So also as a leader, excuse me, kill the obvious. We all, like you and me, we grow in sports. Maybe some people don't know who's Zinedine Zidane. So let's set the scene. Final of the World Cup, 1996 already. Italy plays against France. Zinedine Zidane, star player of France. At that moment, what happens? Matteo Materazzi telling bad things about, we don't know, his mom, his sister, or whatever. Zinedine Zidane turns around and what does he do? He headbutts Matteo Materazzi, not in the face, but on the chest. The Italian guy falls, the referee gets to his pocket. What does he get? Red card, out of the match. Which axis is weak with Zinedine Zidane? First, you're right, Kumeshi, but you go too quick. Here, he loses his self-control. Was he a good player, technically? Yeah. Amazing. Google the best goals of Zinedine Zidane. It's amazing. And like you say, when did it happen in the match? 107th minute. He played a long season. He played at Real Madrid, the team that he coached, where he won 3 Champions League in a row. He won 2 of them with them. He played a long season there. He played all the matches of the World Cup. And it's additional time. If Materazzi tells him the same bad things, when he's not tired, he wouldn't react like that. So my wife, sorry, I used the example. My wife, Caroline, tells me, you're a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass is here when you travel too much and when you work too much. So this one influences this one. When you're sick, you have the flu. Which axis is weak? Strange, huh? I can't concentrate on a file. And maybe I want to headbutt a colleague that comes with annoying questions. So remember, think about stretching the full potential of your people, of your players. Question about this tripod of performance, we call it. And then we will add a fourth one. Now, we want to make this really solid. And if we want to make this really solid, let's make a pyramid out of that. And here is what you call, it's the SQ. But we don't call it the social, but we call it the spiritual. And so the spiritual is the one that gives sense to the things. It gives us a why. It's why do we do what we do? And that makes it very strong. I make a tripod out of it and it makes it strong. So do you sometimes think, why do I wake up in the morning? To go to cable car, to GSB, to Altron, or to wherever. What's the why? Do you connect to your why? Do you as a leader, a manager, do you connect to the why of the people? Do you know the why of your people? If it's just the money, it's dangerous. Because then somebody will offer them more money and they will go somewhere else. So that's the title of this evening, was IQ is not contagious. You're not gonna energize the people with thoughts. You're gonna energize the people speaking to their heart. So where do you usually get the why? I'll get back